And I heard the clan mother say it. She said, this is the last pickup year. This is the last pickup year. She was on the stage in Snellville, dancing. The music was playing. She said, come on, family, Mossad. This is our last pickup year. This is last year. We got to get it this year. And I said to myself, and it was some few people that was around that heard me say it in earshot. They just looked at me. I don't know why. Maybe because it slipped out. She said, this is the last year, 2023. I said, 2030. 2030 was said to be the last pickup year. Right? I said, that's wrong. And they just looking at me. And it's a clan mother. Why? Because this is a clan mother. But that was still wrong. If it's not wrong, how I can go to it? If it's not wrong, I keep telling y'all, you can't act like you was some student. You can't act like it. When the shit come up, let me tell you something. There was a brother who was named David something that went up to one of the sisters in the UK, or she was from the UK, wherever, and they had a conversation, and he was like, Dr. Malachi York is a false prophet. He ran up on the wrong one, that's all. He just ran up on the wrong one because everything he's saying, I said, no, wrong, incorrect. I could check that, wrong. That's not that book. That's the wrong reference. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say nothing about that. That ain't it. No, he never claimed that. That ain't that. He said this. He said the opposite of that. The sister just didn't know. Why? Because a lot of times it's like the pastors, okay? A lot of the teachers in the temples and on these classes and on these pages, they'll tell you what to read and then you go read that. No, you got to read the whole shit. The same way I tell Christians, don't just read what your pastor tell you to read for that Sunday. Go read the whole Bible. So if your pastor telling you some shit that don't align, you will be able to see it because you already read it. You feel what I'm saying? Watch this. What it say? Remember, your olive-toned parents of long ago, the woolly-haired beings, 9 ether, or 999. All right? 9 to the 9th power of 9, our kingly crown. Visitors to this solar system from Rizek or Risk. All right? Remember, our dark reddish brown skin, copper tone, perfected in green. What color? As the greenest of olives, which I came on here and broke down to y'all what olive was, even in the word evolve. You see the word olive. And olive being green, and the Eve being the life, Hawa, Yahweh, which none of them are going to be able to break that down because they don't see that. But it's right there because of the melanin that is within our genetics, all right, which we have coded in our genes. The true Nubians or new beings, all right, you melaninites, all right, and your way of life, Nuwapu, sound right reasoning. We are your original etheric parents, the Etherians that have returned in flesh just for you, not some spirit in the tarot floating around in the sky. You must know that in the lunar logging of the 5th point in May, when the planet called Gaia, a living organism also spelled Gaia, positions itself, one state TV channel, Gaia, where they be teaching all the shit from the holy tablets, all spelled Gaia, positions itself in the location of the revolution of the planet called Earth. In the year 2000 of the Gregorian calendar, all right, hold on, let me take this off real quick. In the Gregorian calendar, the gate in what you refer to as heaven, this great vortex, when open, and the planets will have realigned themselves and excuse the cherubims and their flaming swords from the way to the tree of eternal life and open once again the throne of Anu. All right? This will be the alignment of the major planets. Okay? Meaning where? Where are the planets? Outer space. Okay? And the mothership Nibiru, all right, nearing your solar system, waiting for the time which will be in the lunar logging of the 12th point in August. Watch this. When the Earth positions itself in the location of revolution of the planet called Earth. In the year 2003. All right, so we're done with the year 2000. That was an alignment that did happen. That was the year 2000. What year? You say what? In the year 2000. Where's it at? In the year 2003 of the Gregorian calendar, which is when this vortex will reopen. You new Sabians is saying, Pop said, don't talk about the holy tablets no more. You new Sabians is talking about he don't want people to read it no more. Well, how come right here in one of the phone calls that came out that was called what? Final message to the Nuwabians, right? Oh, they don't have it under that no more. So you got the Nuwabians still under the spell. He said that they wouldn't let him get any contact, all right, for the whole year of 2003. And he explained why. And it's in the Holy Tablets. Watch this. And why being still under the spell, he explained it.
I just lost thousands of dollars as a business until I started running my creatives on Snapchat ads. Right now, if you set up an ad account and spend $350, it'll give you $375 in ad credit.
Can't tell the men from the women. The animals are being born with 2 and 3 heads. See the beetles or men. Some people call you make me as equal as you. The teacher, the father, enemy, and the preacher, and the man. So they got to keep hating up on a man like everybody else. Every time you make going. And that's why in the Muslim world, they had a thing all the books I wrote won't mean nothing if they don't really get down. Have study class. Be down in the Egyptologist part. It's bad. There's this thing, but it's got too big. People put double. Sounds good in conversation. Other ones in power. They knew what I was doing. 2000.
Watch this.
So now this is what I was saying. And they knew that was coming. They knew that was start in 2003.
He just mentioned it, right? Listen.
Pull them around and say, so now this is what I. This is the solution. This is the answer to their problem. They see that. Right. If all of that, they didn't want this day to come when I take and I pull all the books, all the teachers over the years, and pull them around and say, so now this is what I was saying.
He said they didn't want that day to come where he took all the books, all the teachers from all them years, put around and say, this is what I was saying. Meaning, y'all niggas don't even know what the fuck he's saying. Out here act like you know what he's saying, but they blocked you from being able to understand it. And unless you was able to hear, as you were taught to be able to hear, with more than 1 or 2 ears, your third ear, right? You still don't know what he's talking about. You still don't get it. So what did he say? They feared that day. What did he else say?
And they knew that was coming. They knew that was start in 2003.
They knew I was going to start in 2003. How they know, Pops? What did they read, Pops? What did the government read, Pops? Your book, The Holy Tablets, which had prophecies in it. And if he didn't think it was a prophecy, then why did he say they knew it was going to happen according to what was already written in the Holy Tablets? And he mentions the Holy Tablets. Listen.
They knew what I was doing.
They knew what I was doing.
2003, they knew I had that 3.5 years prophesied in the Bible, taking from 2000 to 2003 June.
2003 June is right here. I just read it for you.
They knew in June of 2003 what I was going to do on the land.
They knew in June 2003 what I was going to do on the land. New Sabians. Now, this don't go for all Sabians because some of y'all still ain't lost your mind, but a lot of y'all have lost your rabbit ass one. What did he just say? So what was he going to do on the land in 2003 in June? What was he going to do? They don't know. In the year 2003 of the Gregorian calendar, which is when this vortex will reopen. 2003 is right there. How I know it? I Googled it. You can't find none of this nowhere on Google. I grew up on this. I paid attention to every word he said. I connected dots. I know August 12th ain't just in here. It's in Man from Planet Risk. Another book. You know what I'm saying? He explained all of it. So why are you telling people don't read this? Let me tell you why you're telling people don't read this. Y'all are telling people don't read this because you haven't read it. If you would have read it, you would know that this book does not just cover some Zechariah Sitchin teachings. If you would have read this, you would know that this book is full of prophecies. Some that have already happened to this date and some that have not happened to this date. If you possess one of these, you possess the most recent prophecies that mankind has access to with real dates. Does it say that one day when the sun is high and the leather comes off of the couch? And no, nigga, it's right there. It says the date. You with me? It is then that the sham passenger ships will reach the planet Earth, coming forth to you for the rebirth of the elite few, the 144,000 from the moon base, forming the 6-pointed star and crescent moon in the sky as your sign. If we are blocked, now let's deal with that. As whose sign? Your sign. What did he say? The moon, 6-pointed star, sky. What is that a reference to? Luke 21, verse 25. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring, signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, the heavenly signs. Astronomy, not just astrology. Pops was breaking it down and said, what? This will be your sign in the sky. If we are blocked, all right? We got to deal with that real quick. Because if he's saying we are blocked, if we are blocked, right? Then that shows you that there's a possibility that this won't work. They show you there's a possibility, right? So he spoke about 2003, okay? But he said if we are blocked. So let's listen to what Pop said again and see if we were blocked in 2003.
They knew what I was doing. 2003, knew I had that 3.5 years prophesied in the Bible, taking from 2000 to 2003 June. So they knew in June of 2003 what I was going to do on the land. They said, we got to get him off the street. Then we don't care how we do it, rush, mess up, trip over ourselves, but get this man off the street before 2003. Cut him off from his people. That's why other men get bond, other men go out. Other men, I was cut off. Telephone. They made sure the whole year 2003 was.
He said they made sure the whole year 2003 there was no contact. So were we blocked in 2003? The answer is yes. He said if we are blocked. So according to that, that happened. So that's another way. What did Pop say in his books? That's another. He said that's another prophecy. Y'all give me 1 second. You get what I'm saying? All right, cool. So that happened. That's a prophecy fulfilled. If we are blocked, we shall continue to try to abduct you up until the lunar login of the 26th point in June, when the Earth positions itself in the location revolution of Earth year 2030. So he went from 2003. I'm showing you. From 2003. Where's that? Yeah, that's 2003. All the way to 2030. Where did he say? And then in 2023, that'll be the last. That's the last. Appreciate it, bro. 'Cause this shit gonna keep cutting off. Hold on, y'all. I gotta switch this shit over to a different charger. Right? So I don't know what the hell the clan mother talking about. I don't know none of y'all talking about no more. None of y'all making sense. 135. There you go. None of y'all making sense. Only thing that makes sense is me continuing to read the shit y'all telling people don't read no more. That's the only thing that seems to be making sense. When I read this shit that you told me don't read, I get clarity. When I listen to y'all teach, the shit start getting confusing. 2043, what you know about it? That's in here too. And he said that on the call. I'll play it for you. All right? So he go all the way to 2030. What year did he put in here, y'all? He put the year 2030 of the Gregorian calendar. I got one. Go ahead. Of the Gregorian calendar. Know this, my child, in lunar logging of the 12th point in August, when the planet called Earth positions itself in the location of revolution of Earth in the year 2043, 2043 of the Gregorian calendar, this vortex will reopen and we must depart with or without you, so be prepared. Now, unless you're trying to call the Supreme Grand Master, Dr. Malachi Z. York L., the most honorable Imam Isa, a false prophet, why the fuck would you tell people not to read this book when in this book there are still prophecies that have yet to be fulfilled? Why would you not want people to read this when He said himself that there are prophecies in the Holy Tablets being fulfilled. It's called Dr. York, the Holy Tablets. Well, if you look at it, you say the Holy Tablets, is some Bible? No, it's supposed to look like that though. But inside of it, you read and say, this is way more than just some Bible. Hold on. Hold on. There's prophecies in here. So he said, my child, listen and overstand. These crafts are coming to pick you up, their children. What did he say? With or without you. So be prepared. That's for 2043. Have we reached 2043 yet? No. Have we reached 2030 yet? No. Where did y'all get 2023 from? Where? 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 Then when I asked Basil or Duswa York that question, they dance around it. Then I asked him, I said, will you be here on the 13th of August? Yes or no? He said, don't worry about my soul, worry about your soul. I said, I'm asking you, will you be here physically? Has anybody heard from Duswa? So maybe he did leave. That nigga's still on Clubhouse right now. You probably get on there and nigga probably in there still talking. Regurgitating shit. Ain't went nowhere. Never left. You feel what I'm saying? So watch this. What you say? My child, listen and understand. These crafts are coming to pick you up, their children. However, the evil Luciferians in human form, aided by the cursed seed of Canaan, and their brothers, the Halabeans, the Flugerods, or Halub, who are on the rise in many names and organizations throughout the world today. They are trying their best to make you, the children of the Anunnaki Elohim, regress back to your state of Homo erectus. If you regress back to that state, then my children, the elders, have no reason to come for you. For it is Homo sapien that is in our image and after our likeness. Let me explain to you how it all began. It all started when we Anunnaki needed to protect the dwindling atmosphere of our home planet Risk. The rays from the three suns, Utu, Shemesh, and Apsu, were depleting our ozone layer. The energy level of the radiation was increasing and made the hole in the ozone layer bigger every time all three suns shone on the planet at the same time. It is the same as on Earth, where the ozone layer is depleting, allowing more damaging ultraviolet rays to penetrate the atmosphere. However, unlike the planet ritually, this was years and years ago. This is an old book. The planet Risk has three suns. Okay. Okay, cool. Faster rotation than that of this planet. So the depletion of the ozone layer occurred at a faster rate. Do y'all understand that, right? We needed to build a dome of gold dust particles suspended in the atmosphere to protect the planet from the damaging ultraviolet rays. We had to abort our planet until it could be mended. Thus, we moved on to Kizil, known today as the Orion Galaxy, which was originally a six-star, six-sun constellation living in Aish, Arcturus, and Kima Pleiades, which are also star constellations with many life forms. We had to get closer to the Milky Way and this sun, which has exactly 1 billion years left to burn itself out. We moved to Lamu, which means deity of war, what is now called Mars. Then we moved on to Gaga, Pluto, and various other planets and set up civilizations as in the Canis Major star constellation. This is why the face on Mars is believed to be that of a Homo erectus. All right? Face on Mars. Okay? Is believed to be that of a Homo erectus, when in fact it is the face of the Homo erectus being cloned into Homo sapien, the face of Zakar, whose name is Kadmon. It looks like the Sphinx face. The face is thought to be the pharaoh Khufu, when in fact it is the Egyptian deity Osiris. 20 and 4 Anunnaki Elohim came to the planet Earth to set up the first laboratory called the Shemti that you call an Egyptian civilization on Tiamat Earth. Now watch this. When you speak of the 24 elders and 24 Anunnaki, 24 Elohim, when you see all the people like Rashad Jamal, all them talking about that, it's coming from Hera. Hera. This is where it come from. But you never met them explain it to you. This occurred 4,000 or 450,000 years before coming to Tiamat Earth. They were followed by 1,001. The name Utu, the son of Ra, the son and the head deity they call Osiris, who is Usir, after the Sirius star constellation. We Anunnaki originally came here to this planet to mine for gold. What does that sound like? They came here to mine for gold. Now, that is the Anunnaki story. They can't say he made this up, because you'll find that a million different places other than the Holy Tablets, but you'll also find it somewhere else that people don't speak about. I'll show you. Who knows? Who knows where I'm going to go to? You find a story about the Elohim coming for gold somewhere else. Oh, shit. Not the Illuminati. It's not the Illuminati. I'm not speaking about that. I'll give you a hint. They made this book using pieces from the Illuminati. Genesis. There you go. It's in the book of Genesis. I'm about to pull it up for you. It's in the Bible. In the book of Genesis. What does it say? Says what? My shit freezing. And what's it? God saw. The gold of the land is good. The gold of the land is good. And the gold of that land is good. All right. So gold of the land is good. Gold was good. Gold was good. Okay, they came down and found out what? That the gold was good. Okay, now let's look at this. What do you say? We Anunnaki originally came here to this planet Earth to mine for gold, to take back to our planet risk. First, we sent Rumardians who built androids called robotoids. Then biological gravitation was added, needed for thinking beings to complete their mission. The mission. So they were sent to scout and survey this very planet. The leader amongst the Anunnaki was Air, meaning he whose house is water, son of Anu and Id or Id. All right. So it's all there. Everything has already been explained. I'm telling people, look, after crashing down in what is called the Persian Gulf today, he established the city and called its name Eridu, meaning home away from home, or a house built in the far away. He received the name Enki when he landed, meaning ruler of Ki, all right, or earth. His other name was Nurmud, he who fashions things. Enki built waterworks in the marshlands at the head of the Persian Gulf. He surveyed the marshlands, cut canals for drainage and water control, built dikes, dug ditches, and built structures of bricks molded for the local clays. All right? So my point is you go read the Holy Tablets and you'll find out where people are getting that whole August 12th shit from. And it was really the June 26th, which just so happens to be Malachi York's birthday, which was a whole different situation, right? You read this and you'll get more about what everybody getting all the so-called advanced information from and knowledge of this, that, and the third, and the nomos. Remember, people talking about the nomos now, right? Nomo sapiens and all this, that's here in the Holy Tablets. Everything being taught from when you hear people talk about Sirius B and the star constellation, it's all in here. Everything people talk about, it's all in one of his books. And y'all trying to figure out why I'm saying that. And he explains it much further. Look, when people see Israel, the breakdown of Israel, that comes from Pops, Malachi York. Right? A good eye sees is simply lacking the is for ISIS, which would make it Israel, where the individual Claude Vorilhan, who chose to call himself David, the name of the real Messiah, which set his embassy in the state of Israel. So ISIS Rael, that breakdown come from Pops. Bro, we'll be here all day, man. This shit's crazy. It actually is crazy, though. That one person. Everybody, this shit's crazy. One person. And you're not just talking about regurgitating shit. You're talking about really breaking stuff down that people couldn't see before. Right? So, there's more to look into. My point is, if you're going to tell people don't read this, all right, then you're missing something, because he said, and we're going to pull it up, that the Holy Tablets prophecies was coming true.
Right. After that was over, the prophetic date was gone.
He said, what date? What'd you say, Pops? Well, I love you. Look, as soon as I press play, what'd he say? I just said the word prophecies. What'd he say as soon as I press play? Listen.
Let me make sure the whole year 2003 there was no contact. Right. And after that was over, the prophetic date was gone.
The what date? The prophetic date. So again, why should not people you read the Holy Tablets? Why not? When he just said himself on a phone call that he has prophetic dates in the book. He said it himself. What are you talking about? I'd be like, what? Then they tell us we need to get off the spiritual. That ain't spiritual. To tell somebody a date and it come true, that's not spirituality. Because when the spiritual community tells people a date, not only does it not come true, it be so far off, you don't even want to think about the prophecy no more. You just start doubting whether or not anybody has the ability. Was there ever such an ability of somebody to say this will happen and it happened? Was there ever such an ability? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling these people, y'all better watch.
Okay, we can talk to people on telephone now. We can do it, but that makes all confused now. The alignment was there. All the stars lined up. The planets were in alignment. We had the sun and the moon eclipse, which is representing the moon and sun cycle together. They knew that was the transformation of power, and that everybody was open up at a certain hour in June, right, when the summer solstice came in.
Let me tell you something. Malachi York told people, he said, they're going to kill Princess Diana. Y'all want to know what they wound up doing? You can just take a wild guess. But I don't really have that much patience right now. I'm going to tell you what they wound up. They wound up killing Princess Diana. Us, why they were going to kill her. And they killed her. You feel what I'm saying? He said, y'all better remember these days where you got your EBT on these little pieces of paper. He said they're going to wind up putting EBT on cards. Food stamps are no longer to be on paper. They're going to be digital. Everybody, yeah, all right, okay, cool. Because everybody was so used to going to get in the books, taking out the food stamp things, and, going to the store with them. Eventually, what did they wind up doing? Putting them on cards. When Pop said something was going to happen, y'all, he said something would happen, and it happened. That's a master reader. Because y'all think prophecy mean you get a good idea or some vision come to you. No, you can look at this left over here, right there, and determine what's going to happen just based off of seeing somebody sneeze and somebody drop their bag while they sneeze. Say somebody's going to fall down these steps. Somebody fall down the steps in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. People's looking. I don't see nobody fall. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, shit. Somebody really fell down the steps. Just like this nigga said. I said, look in that direction, you're going to see the snakes fall. He said, what is this man talking about? Talking about some snakes falling. Next thing you know, Rico. All the snakes got rounded up. They said, oh, that's what you meant. I said, that's what I said. I mean, I started paying attention to certain things and say, look, all you got to do is look at it and now you'll be able to call it. Next thing you know how to write it and you'll be able to write it out. So we don't care about being called no prophet, but that's a word that was here before we got here. All we doing is we'll be able to, hey, look, watch out for that pole. And you say, ain't no goddamn pole. Boom, you bump your head. It's like, see, you're a prophet. All right, well, you can say that, but listen, if you was able to see the same pole we saw, you wouldn't have bumped into it. I think I came out with a book, How to Speak Elite. So that you could tell a motherfucker, hey, watch out for that pole. For one, and so that you stop thinking that I'm just this one person. No. So when Pops did that, it came true. Simple. And he got a lot of books, hundreds of books, where he was pointing out where he would say something was going to happen and it happened. Y'all can't get, nigga can't be on point one time. They have, you know how you get the scratch offs from the convenience store? Niggas ain't hit one of them. And you want to compare them? Nigga can't get one 3-numbered scratch off correct. And Pops, 40 some odd years ago, laid out a prophecy about a decade we ain't even touched yet. We haven't even touched 2030. We haven't even touched 2043. We ain't nowhere near them. And everything he said was going to happen leading up to that 2030 has been happening, y'all. What do you say?
They do it all of y'all would have been open up and I would told everybody gather around the pyramid at this particular time and watch at the same time. But I couldn't say it to anybody, I had to wait. But they knew it because the devils would know who they are. They just snatch him up the street. And people are going to they're ready, they'll start arguing with each other, fussing with each other, turning against each other, ego tripping, not liking it.
Right, so you can't hear him, but he's explaining. He said after they took him off the streets and they wouldn't let him get any contact during the year 2003, that prophecy was able to pass through. He wasn't able to show people what was happening in 2003. They made sure nobody wasn't even around for that. Watch what happened. Well, he wasn't around for that. He said what? They start arguing with each other. They start falling apart. They start ego tripping. He said they fell apart. They knew what to do. They grabbed Pops out the way. And then all of y'all did what the fuck you've been doing for the last 21 years, trying to tell me something. Listen.
This one, not believing this one, and then the slavery surely destroy him. But the Most High, I knew, stepped in again and made a way for us to get to the people again now, like these tapes. Right. And people are starting to come together. They come from all over. The Nation of Islam, the Vibrant, all of us are coming together. Now, so we got to work as one. We got to not stop going around saying Elijah Muhammad is not the messenger of Allah. If he says he's the messenger of Allah, that's who he is. We all got to get together. If Elijah Muhammad left Minister Louis Farrakhan in charge, and Minister Louis Farrakhan is in charge of Islam, we must respect that. Right. I'm not saying that because I'm incarcerated, because I won't always be incarcerated. I'll get out. I'll still teach the same thing when I get out.
He said, I'll get out. He said, I'll still teach the same thing when I get out. Listen.
Instead, all they're trying to do is get you past a period of time for the truth. Right. The era of lies again.
He said all they were trying to do was get y'all past that era of truth to get you into the era of lies again. They were successful in that. That's why I got to bring you back to where we was at. Don't think that the end game is to bring you to Malachi. The reason why I'm bringing you back to where we was at is because you can't go nowhere until you put your foot on that mark. Then you can move. We got to take you back so that you can move forward. You didn't know none of this was going on, so I got to show you. And if I was just somebody coming out here talking about some Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if I was just talking about Clarence 13X, if I was just talking about Captain Cesaria, if I was just talking about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, nobody come out against me. Except maybe the spiritual community, people saying I'm still religious. Nobody would come out against me. Wouldn't nobody attack me. Wouldn't nobody do none of that. They wouldn't say that I had to mention all these other people because I mentioned Honorable Elijah Muhammad. None of that would happen. They would let these names stand by themselves. All right. They would let people hear about who these people are. You know what I'm saying? They say salam alaikum, brother, or they'll say hotep, or they say peace or shalom ak. Nobody would attack me. You understand? Or the people who was in a maybe debate, they want to debate you because it's lucrative and it brings attention and money. All right. You could charge people to come and join, be a part of the concert where niggas just debate the same bullshit they've been debating. Yeah, that'll happen. But other than that, wouldn't nobody come out how they coming out against me? Wouldn't nobody even tried it? You know what I'm saying? And by against me, I'm not saying by saying my name because they don't do that. By against me, they try to just move people away from my direction. They do all this content creation to try to, they not ready, y'all. They don't know what happens. It happens off app. It's not on app that it happens. You just see the visual representation of it. All this war is taking place off app. The visual representation, that's like level 1 of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? If I wasn't out here on Malachi's side and speaking in terms of what needed to happen and what happened since then, come on now. You feel me? So I have to bring you back because why? Ain't nobody going to war like that. Ain't nobody going to war like that to bring our attention to it. Y'all put all these people up on these pedestals, and I'm telling you, they did not earn them. They didn't earn them. You going to have to explain to me how they earned them when I look at who earned it. And the one who earned it, you won't say nothing about him. You won't say his name. I got to remind people who he is. And then I bring him up. Then you remember, like with Rod Hayes, he didn't start speaking on Malachi until I brought him up. Then he remembered, say, oh, yeah, I had a sense of amnesia. I remember now. This is the motherfucker who I'm trying to act like I am. I said, okay, cool. Same thing with the young elder. When the young elder was speaking to me, I said, look, this is your platform. I respect your platform, but I'm not going to let nobody slide. I'm not going to let him slide. All these people copied him. And young elder had to say, well, they did get it from there. It ain't about getting information. They're trying to be him. Trying to be him is one thing. Another thing to act like you're him. Like you're really him. But you don't know nothing about what's going on. Exactly. Phase one of the shift. I said we get it back to, we got to go back there. We got to go where it started before we can move forward. We have to go where it started. Go exactly to that point. And I ask you, listen, no matter where these people want to say, they say they're building the golden ages. Ask 19 Keys, where can he point at the golden ages? Can he tell us where the heart of the golden ages is? Ask 19 Keys, can he give you a language that your government has to learn in order to even understand what you're saying? Can he do it? Ask 19 Keys, are his books going to teach people tones that help them actually communicate with people from other worlds? Ask any of these people. Ask Umar Johnson, all right, why did it take him 12 years not to build a school? It took you 12 years to be in a development process of a school that was already built. That's why I tell you they use these trick words. Say, I'm building a school. You didn't build shit. The building is already there. If you didn't want to do shit but just have niggas sitting outside with snacks, learning some shit, you could have done it. 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 Because before Pops had developed certain buildings, we was still sitting on the land learning. Nigga put out that blanket, put out some chairs, whatever. We would still be sitting up there learning, standing around learning on Kadesh. If that nigga wanted to pass out Capri Suns and sandwiches to whoever the black boys was who was supposed to be a part of the school and said, one day we're going to be able to walk through these doors and you'll be able to sit down in here, he could have talked. You could have, listen, if it took Umar Johnson maybe a year to get it done, I ain't had nothing to say. Y'all let this grown-ass man get away with 12 years of swindling you about one school. And I speak on him and you want to say, why am I coming out against black leaders? Where the fuck did he lead you to other than to the bank to press them little numbers in, make a withdrawal? Send him your shit and buy him his next meal, buy him his next suit, buy him his next car, make sure he can have his house, his rent was paid, all of that for 12 years. You got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself. He was taking up donation for 12 years. Who supported his lifestyle for the past decade or so? You did. Then you say, well, what about the school? Say, it's finished. It's finished. That's the same fucking building. It been finished. Well, we need plumbing. Plumbing, nigga. You need $5 million for some plumbing, nigga. Plumbing, nigga. Then, when he ran out of money, how you know he ran out of money, Faise? You can't just say that. Well, let me tell you something. The nigga who got the money to pay some motherfuckers to get his vision done are going to pay motherfuckers to get the vision done. When he ran out of money, what'd he do? He got mad. Him got mad. He said what? He said, you got these niggas, you got these black people who don't want to work for free because of slavery. I know every construction worker, I know every nigga who was a part of it. I know niggas was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And he said, because of slavery, you niggas don't want to work for free. It's like, you don't want to work for free. You affected by slavery. Because if you wanted to work for free, your ass would have got up, and I bet you Umar Johnson could have installed plumbing in that building, all right? And it wouldn't have taken him 12 years to do it. Maybe 5 months by himself. Maybe. But if he would have got his lazy ass up, went out there, and instead of telling these real deal construction workers who get out there in that field in the hot sun and really be building shit, you might want to refer 19 Keys to them. So we don't need teachers, we need builders. How the fuck you think we got highways and schools and shit, nigga? With your dizzy ass. We got builders. They call construction workers. They already be building shit. It took construction workers to help build Tamaray, and we had our own. So not only is Malachi Yoka master teacher, master builder, architect, the god of it, and was able to build the golden ages in real time. Talking about we need builders. How we need builders, nigga? If I need a shed built in my backyard, I know my brother can do that. I got a brother right now who could build a shed for me. I don't even got to do it. How we need builders? No, you just wanted to be disrespectful to Pops. That's all your dizzy body ass wanted to do, nigga. You wanted to be disrespectful to Pops. That's all. That's all y'all niggas want to do. You only want to disrespect him and give respect to all these other dizzy bodies. Nah, niggas is dizzy. You walking around with a moon on your headband in a sun cycle, you gotta be dizzy. You gotta be dizzy and you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me. Talking about you building what I said in the Survive song, I ain't heard about it since when? What the fuck y'all niggas built? You ain't even built the car you driving in. Fuck the niggas built for real. A platform? So if that's the case, well then nigga, you need, hey look, you in competition with 6ix9ine, Blueface, all these other big artists. They built some shit too. The fuck are these niggas talking about? They letting that little shit get to their head. That's why I'm coming for their ass. Watch. I'm coming for all that shit, all that. I'm millions of followers, whatever. Then I'm be like, what now? That shit don't mean nothing. Nothing. Didn't mean nothing before we got here. I'm coming for all their ass. Y'all think I'm playing? Think I'm playing. What's the keys, Jabril? What's the keys, nigga? What is the forbidden knowledge? Y'all ain't saying shit, the nigga can't Google. How it's forbidden. If it was forbidden, I would think Google would at least flag it. They would at least flag it. Come on, man. Y'all mean to tell me you fell for another motivational speech trick? You need niggas to come and tell y'all, hey, y'all, we got to do better. And you paid them to tell you that? You paid them? You said we got to start a black bank. As if there's any such thing. Bank don't have a race. I need to say it again for people who don't understand the trust. A bank doesn't have a race. They don't even deal with that. When you start learning about the fidelity, what race is that? When you start learning about the acquisition, what race is acquisition reserved for? Huh? When you start getting into, oh, you gonna fill out a 1099, what race is the 1099? The 1099A. What race is that? It's a black 1099A? If you put some shit in escrow, it's a black escrow? The fuck? If that's the case, why the fuck y'all wouldn't just listen to Donald Trump? He was teaching that. And became a multi-billionaire. They don't be thinking you know what you know, but I know what I know. So I know what games is and what games ain't. But what y'all tight about Pops for? Why? Cause I said his name, that's why nigga got mad. I said his name, I was like, okay, let's play then, let's play. Cause I see y'all and I see all of you. And I wanna play, I got time. I'm 25 years old. I got a little time on me. I ain't scared. Let's play. Let's play a little bit. Let's play a little bit. Where are you going? Where you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? What Pop say? Wake up, everybody. Time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up. The world is in their hands. So when you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. So, Umar Johnson can't teach our children. Stop it. 19 Keys can't teach our children. Stop it. These niggas too worried about women. They ain't, listen, y'all niggas too worried about women. I know about you. Y'all niggas too worried about pussy to really do something about what's happening. That's why everything you're going to do is going to be based off of pussy. Everything you do is going to be based off pussy. How you going to help the children? What you going to consider them? You can't think big enough. You know what I mean? And I know about y'all because why? Because I can be around women and not have to fuck them. I had a sister, won't say her name. Told her I would never say her name. Came to me, right? And she done been around all of them. Why? Because that's her line of work. Are you with me? Her line of work is her line of work. So in her line of work, she know if I were to say some of these names, y'all be like, no way. And I'll be like, you be surprised. And at the end of our conversation, you with me? She said all this about this, what they was into, all this other stuff they did, and who was who, and you know these names, right? She was offering to me. I said, oh no, I don't do that. She thought she thought I was one of them. I said, oh, I ain't on that. You know what I mean? I mean, your hustle is your hustle. You do what you do. Oh, I'm not one of them. And I don't even understand how niggas could have been that stupid and so blind to not think that these women gonna tell it. That NDA don't mean shit when they get scorned and they decide they gonna tell everything. That NDA don't mean shit no more. Especially if they get bought out. That's a whole different game. I done taught y'all about that shit. Nigga you can buy a female out on NDA. Cause they ain't nothing but, oh yeah, we got that lawyer fee if they try to sue, all that. Boom, we just want them to fall. So niggas got all kind of other shit they got going on. You can't do shit about this. Now I'm not saying niggas ain't supposed to be able to have their fun or be with their women, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's your focus. Your focus is that. Your focus is turn the cameras off, pay for a service. Well, this is what y'all niggas be on. All throughout these leaders. And that's why I'm so grateful, because I was taught by the elders, nigga, every female you be around, don't try to fuck them, because you might be able to get something out of this one. They might be able to tell you about this. And it be always the women who know, because you underestimate a woman. You send a woman in there, they don't know why she there. She just look pretty. You know what I mean? You don't know she listening to everything you say. What did they show you that movie? The movie They Cloned Tyrone. Who went back there to go get the information? Yo. And what she do? She do a little dance, switch up her voice, put enough finesse in it, and got all the information she wanted to get. Because a female don't look like no threat. A woman don't look like no threat. So if I'm telling you, we got niggas in all different fronts that come back and tell me what's moving, you can't think that I don't got women around y'all niggas watching y'all niggas and telling me what y'all niggas is on. Oh, no, I ain't on that. Listen, this is what I need you to do for me. When you go back over there, ask this question or do this or do that and bring that back and let me see what happened with that. Simple. Why? Because then the respect is built. Say, okay, this nigga might be really going somewhere. It ain't just about no pussy for him. He going somewhere. You feel me? So, again, when he said teach the children the very best you can, how will you teach the children if you ain't focused on them? What you gonna teach them? Your focus is these adults. That's all you want to do. Because the adults are the ones who got the money. The adults are the ones who gonna buy the tickets. The adults are the ones who gonna purchase your crystals. The adults is the ones who gonna read your book. That's all your focus is, just the adults. It ain't about no children. I said, let's do a children movie. That's all I had. I said, let's do a children movie. Niggas disappeared. Then I asked myself, why am I the one saying let's do a children movie? I had to think about it. Every time I make a movie, I go back to the drawing board and say, but why am I having to do this? Why do I got to do this? I did a fundraiser for the children movie. I don't got the fucking money yet. I thought to myself, I said, why do I have to do a children's movie? When we got all these people in position, I went to LifeWave, I said, let's do a children's cartoon. That's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to do a children's cartoon where we were going to make some character based off of LifeWave. This is my idea I brought to him. We were going to do some type of character based off of LifeWave that was going to be teaching children the herbs, teaching children how to fight off illnesses, right? And it was going to be in the cartoon, whoever the whatever the illness was going to take on the form of whoever, you know what I'm saying, some type of evil being or whatever, and we fight them, and we use whatever properties and herbs and, you know, methods. But when that situation went down with Beyond 5D, everybody forgot. So it's like, how could it really be about the children when the shit come up to do something for the children? Ain't nobody got no. When it came time for Savior's Day, June 26th of this year, I was talking to one of the sisters. I said, would you mind if because I made it for the family to begin with. Of course, it wasn't just for the family. I wanted the world to be able to see that movie, and one day they will. Right? I said, would you mind if I showed the children's movie to the children at the event? She said, no. She said, I don't, or no. She said, I don't mind. She said, we've been looking for something for the children. We need stuff for the children to do. I said, there's nothing for the children to do. What? What? First of all, that was the main focus. That was always the main focus. When I was growing up, going to Tamaray, 3 years old, 2 years old, 4 years old, why did Tamaray seem like heaven? Not just because of the tones. It was always something for children to do. It was always something for us to do. Always something colorful, even if it was just handing out popsicles. There was a clown. Yeah, Pops would order clowns to come onto the land. Or have one of the brothers dress up as a clown. That was just some magical shit. They walking with the little stilts and shit, the big ass tall motherfuckers, whatever you call the stilts, I think. You know what I mean? Dressing up as different Egyptian deities, mascots, putting on plays and dances and all kind of stuff. Entertainment for the children. You know what I mean? Games and kickball and sack races and competitions and, you know what I mean? And popsicles. I got to bring it back around because that was the shit. You can't tell me nobody could have stopped by the Dollar Tree to get popsicles for the children. Nah. Everybody focus on something else. Dressing up like this. They want to be seen. You know. So, no. If you want to ask me and say, you want to ask me the question, I'll be like, no. No. This ain't it. And I want to get on their nerves. I want to make them agitated. I want them to feel like they're in prison out here. I want niggas to feel me. I want niggas to be like, why you keep saying my name? I want niggas to, until you have to answer and say, he's right. He's right. He's right. We did abandon Malachi York. And then I'll be like, well, okay. I'll pick up my bags and I'll leave out. And I'll come on here and say, well, they did atone. And say, we're right. So now, because I'm right, let's get it right. Let's rectify all this shit for once and for all. Or I'm going to only get louder. I'm going to get more agitating. My sword is going to only get sharper. And I want them to feel me. I want it to, because I know what this is for real. I intend to be, at this point, inflammatory to the diseases. I intend to war with these beings until they say, I yield. So don't think this ain't nothing but the beginning. This ain't none 10.
Yes, and I think there was a saying that you said plenty of times is that the hourglass is almost empty, and at one point in time you said the hourglass is empty. What was meant by that statement?
If the hourglass is empty, all the time is run out. There's no more time to play games. Time is run out. The devil's time is up. He lost his power, world respect, his economic structure's gone, his manufacturing ability gone, his education, nothing. He has nothing no more. Nobody in the world respects him no more. He's nobody. Just now it's a matter of just coming down gradually. He knows it. So he's trying to create power by controlling people with one worldism, by just dominating people by force. Going to everybody's country, just taking it by force. You can't do it because you're not strong enough to hold down everybody. Eventually the different people in this country that are participating in the system are going to get mad about the abuse they receive in individuals, like all the black soldiers and all them people. You know what I'm saying? Eventually going to say, man, my grandfather was in Vietnam. Got Agent Orange. You know what I'm saying?
fight, but they get the credit. They got Canada fighting somewhere, France fighting somewhere else, Australia fighting for them somewhere else. They say, we sent troops, we sent troops. It's British troops there. It's not American troops, it's French.
Do the math. The golden ages resurrected. Do the math. Who was the problem? All right? So, well, then, Faise, don't you think they watching you? Don't you stand out and speak about Malachi York and da-da-da? Yeah, but you don't understand. Don't you get it? Don't you understand? I'm not a part of the conscious community.
Say it again.
I keep trying to tell you that. I'm not a part of the conscious community. I'm not a part of the Christian community. I'm not a part of the Muslim I keep trying to give you the game, but you ain't hearing me yet. You know, there are technicalities when it came down to people who would steal money, right? Mm-hmm. And up to a certain point, passing laws where they have a statute of limitation, they make no withdrawal. Mm-hmm. And because they made no withdrawal, are you with me?
No, they're not here.
There was nothing that could be done to them.
They don't know. They ain't.
Technicality. Mm-hmm. Remember the Medea movie where they said, I hope you listen. The Medea movie where they said, we were fighting for our lives, Your Honor. Don't tell me you forgot to Mirandize her. Right? Technicality. What religion is phase one? Keep trying to tell you. What religion is phase one? Is he the spiritual community?
No.
No. There's plenty teachings and recordings and books where he'll explain, no. Is he Christian?
No.
People ask me, are you Muslim? I can be if I want. No. I don't claim to be Muslim. I don't claim to be Christian. No. Well, what religion is he? Because most of the cults are rooted in a religion, and I keep trying to explain to y'all, spirituality is a religion. It is a religion. If you don't understand that, then you don't know even what your government is charting. It is a religion. Okay, so phase one isn't in a religion. Right? Well, you say, well, isn't he a Mason? Well, you could say he's a Mason. But what is a Mason? A traveler. And a traveler walks through all walks of life. And he's the traveler who is not keeping the oath.
The revealer.
That the travelers made to the dark side or to the concealment side. Okay, so then when them niggas be like, you ain't no Mason, I need you to say that a little louder for the mic. What is he then? Exactly. And then that means I'm not teaching people to be a part of some religion or some remix religion or some cult. I'm telling people if you're a part of a religion, study your religion, learn more about it, know more about it. Does this mean that they can't, whoever this they is, can't do anything to come for me and others? That's not what it means. You understand? But also, if it ever happens, don't spiritualize it. Don't spiritualize it. You know what I mean? Don't spiritualize me. If they ever lock me up for anything, don't spiritualize that. Just be real. Look at it for what it is. Oh, he got locked up. You understand? If I'm ever killed for anything, don't spiritualize it. Look at it for what it is. And then at that point, what are you doing? And that's why it's important for you to know you're not following me, because if something happens to me, your life is not based off of me. Your life is based off of you. You understand that? It's not based off of me. It's based off of you. And if you agree with my works, if you agree with what I stand for, then that's fine. That's good. You agree with what I stand for, and you agree with my works. Furthermore, you still have a life to lead. You still have your health to look after. You understand? You still study. Are you with me? And that's why I make sure to point out to y'all when I'm speaking on certain things. Don't I say, oh, but if you getting your message, if you getting your information from these people, that's fine. Get your information from them. Why do I say that? Why? What's up with all this calculation? Why Why do I say that? Why don't I just fly off at the handle and say, don't listen to these niggas, don't get your information from them, don't do none of that? Why do I always put this disclaimer here that says what? Oh, if you get your information from YP, make sure, okay, that's fine. You can still get, I'm not telling you to hate these people. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that this doesn't apply to Nuwapians and Sabians. Because a lot of the Nuwapians and Sabians just didn't listen. He never told them to worship him.
Come on.
You understand? He never told them. Now, the idolization, he even explained people do that. He never told them to worship him. When people try to say he claimed to be this, claimed to be that, he got books where he says, I am nothing but a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm a teacher. I teach. That's my job. Yeah, a teacher would say, well, what are you? What is your role? He said, well, I'm a teacher. There's no conspiracy associated with teaching. You understand? But don't think that just that stops them from being able to lock you up and do whatever. Okay, so if they do, what do the people do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because a lot of the Nuwabians and Sabians who followed Malachi didn't listen, all right, they spiritualized his arrest.
I wonder why it's the same thing Rashad Jamal said. Do the math. I wonder why he said that. I wonder why Rashad Jamal is on record saying word for word all the shit Pops was saying. I wonder why. Because he copied and pasted the image and the idea of Malachi onto himself. Simple. Without the works, without the actual connection. Even when y'all call him divine insight, it's that's funny because that's in the Holy Tablets. Or that's in the Imam teaching, Ancient Mystic Order Malachi Zadek. Y'all call a man divine insight, not knowing he got that title from Malachi. You give him credit for non-ether, not knowing he got those words from Malachi. The elders, the whatever number elder he called himself, he get that lineup from the Holy Tablets. I can show you. You know, everybody just picks a number. I'm the 25th elder. There's no 25th. I'm the 22nd elder. I'm the 6th elder. I'm the 16th elder. I'm the 13th elder. Everybody just picking one of the fucking numbers, and you ask them what the name is, having don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. Somebody say non-ether Zeus. Non-ether Zeus. Give me 4 components of non-ether right now. Give me 4 components of non-ether. Real quick. Don't lie. Give me 4 components of non-ether, and I'll say, you're right, I'm tripping. He didn't take nothing from Dr. York, right? He gave his credit to Dr. York. He know what he's talking about. Give me 4 components of non-ether. Give me 2. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. We'll be here all night because now you realize you don't even know what non-ether is, and you got that shit on your name because Rashad Jamal taught you about it. But he ain't gonna tell you that what he taught about it ain't it. Ain't it? Peace, positive. Where he go? Plasma and gas. No, Rashad Jamal, all right, played Malachi. And how did he play him? He played him by saying people were not enlightened enough to hear about Malachi York. He didn't want to tell nobody about Malachi, Dr. York, because, and this is how he did it. He said, you know, you got YP, you got myself. You got YP, myself, and Dr. York. Wrong. Wrong. You got Dr. York. Because YP ain't speak on nothing beyond this world except what came from the Holy Tablets. And Rashad Jamal ain't speak on nothing beyond this world except what came from the Holy Tablets. So again, if y'all niggas was supposed to be the ones like how he the one, why y'all kept repeating what he said verbatim then? Or pieces of what he was teaching. So no, it ain't no giving thanks to Dr. York. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Pop's in prison. Thank him in person by helping us get him out. I'm not beefing with them niggas. I'm beef with a nigga. Bro, please. I'm not beefing with them niggas. I'm not beefing with them. I'm telling you why he locked up. Everybody tried to play him, and then what happened? They met the same similar fate. And now it's like, oh, well, we got to free everybody now. Y'all really, no. Because, come on now. Everybody did not want to say free Pops. I don't know who had to keep saying that shit. Unless you were coming from the order, nobody want to say free Pops. Nobody want to scream that. Why I said, why the fuck would I scream free Rashad Jamal? He wasn't screaming out free Doc. If you screaming out free Doc, you behind this shit like me. But no, what did Rashad do? He made it about him. He made it about him. That's why none of y'all know who Malachi York was. You didn't really know. All you probably knew was what, look, Arcades is one of Rashad Jamal's students. I witnessed Arcades make a video where he listed Real Kaya, Von Two Cut, Bobby Hemmett, and Dr. York all in the same video as spiritual teachers. I know Arcades didn't know who Malachi York was. And it was before we followed each other. And I got on here and went clean the fuck off about that. I went clean, crystal the fuck off about who the fuck is a Von Two Cut. Then he put up the picture that was Imam Isa. So I know you don't know who Malachi York is, because as soon as you was introduced to it, all you probably thought was it's a Muslim teacher. Nigga did list Rail Chosen. What? What? Bruh. And I'm looking at this video like, I had to squint and go back. I said, okay, Dr. York. Real Kaya? How are these people listed in the same? How? 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 Or somebody put them up to it because I had been called. Oh, so I came on here. I talked directly to him. I don't know if he was on there or not. I said, I don't know who's trying to set you up, but you don't know what this is about. And if you knew what it was about, Malachi would have had to have his own video. Next to a Von Two Cut. Listen to the name. Listen to the name. Watch this. Dr. Malachi Zoduck L. Dr. Malachi Zoduck York L. Von Two Cut. Von Two Cut. Imam Isa. Von Two Cut. What? And I'm watching, I said, ain't no way in the hell, man. Ain't no way in the hell. So my point is, a lot of them only, if they heard about it through Rashad Jamal, they only think he's just a teacher of some sort. Listen, that's what he think he is. He think Malachi York is a teacher of some sort who be teaching the same thing that they teach. No, he put out all this shit that everybody talking